Friendo Steve here. Welcome back to the Friendoville channel. This is another episode of Untitled Steve News. I still haven't come up with a title for this show. It is still untitled, but I'm mulling over ideas, thinking of ideas for the name of the show. I'll get there one day, I promise. Anyways, let's get right into it. All the news from this past week that interested me. We're going to kick this off with a little blast from my past, my childhood, my teenage years anyways. The Venom sequel now has a name and a new release date. So this past Tuesday, Variety reported that Sony has pushed back Venom 2 from October of this year, 2020, to June of next year, because hopefully we can go back to the goddamn movie theaters at that point. They've also officially given the Venom 2 movie a name, Venom Let There Be Carnage. Of course, Carnage is a reference to the red, murderous alien symbiote that leeches off of serial killer Cletus Cassidy in the comics. I know that because I have the very first appearance of Carnage out in my garage somewhere. I could probably hawk that thing for like $50, or if I go to Pawn Stars, like $5. Anyways, Cassidy has a short mid-credit scene at the end of the first Venom movie. If you guys remember, he's played by Woody Harrelson, and he's coming back for that second movie. The former natural-born killer has confirmed he'll have a large role in the upcoming sequel, but will Spider-Man, will Tom Holland appear in the Venom sequel? Maybe, possibly. If Tom Hardy's Instagram is to be believed, don't be surprised if Holland's Peter Parker shows up. My speculation, maybe a mid-credit scene, maybe not as Spider-Man, but just as Peter Parker. So Tom Hardy posted like an illustration of Venom eating Spider-Man on his Instagram for apparently just a few minutes, and then pulled it back down, and some enterprising Instagram user grabbed it before he was able to pull it back down. So, yeah, what does this all mean? Obviously, Sony's very happy with that first Venom movie. They're probably excited about the second one, which is going to feature Carnage, because Venom's kind of like an anti-hero type. Carnage is going to be the actual villain, and then Spider-Man's going to get mixed up in between it all at some point in the future. Who knows when that'll happen, if it's going to be in a Spider-Man movie, if it's going to be in a Venom movie, which would be kind of weird, or if they're going to have like some sort of like mini version of Infinity War where it's like, you know, they got Venom, like it's going to be called Spider-Man versus Venom or something. Who knows how they're going to handle it, but it should be pretty cool. And then, of course, does that mean that like Venom is going to show up in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Because this whole Sony MCU thing, I'm not sure that Venom could use like elements from the MCU proper. I don't know how that all works. It's a bunch of movie contracts. Why Disney just needs to end up like buying all the entertainment properties out there on the planet. They need to merge with Warner Brothers so we can get finally what everybody wants, the amalgam universe, where you got DC and Marvel characters all mishmashed. Boy, that was a creative fart, wasn't it? Anyways, next story. More Star Wars. I'm going to preface this by saying this. Here's the thing, man. The Star Wars movies, let's just all admit, they're kind of lame, right? Disney took over the Star Wars franchise. They got J.J. Abrams for the first one. They got Rian Johnson for the second one. And there was no melding of the minds there. They had no distinct plan for the Skywalker trilogy, that last one there. And then Rise of Skywalker came out, and it just retconned a bunch of the stuff that Rian Johnson was trying to do, which I thought was actually pretty interesting. But it was just a big debacle. On the other hand, this Disney Plus stuff that they're doing so far, The Mandalorian Season 1 anyways, they got Jon Favreau to helm it. He's great. The series was great. Universally, everybody loved it. They loved the Baby Yoda stuff. They loved the Mandalorian stuff. It had a great cast. Now, they're doing another one of these Star Wars series, and it's got another awesome creative lead. This is exciting. So, here's the deal. Deadline had a report 2 days ago that confirmed a new Star Wars series is going to be showrun, which means the person who runs the show. Imagine that. And written by Leslie Headland. Now, who is Leslie Headland? She also co-created Russian Doll, which, if you guys haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. It's fantastic. It's like one of my favorite shows of the last couple of years. It starred Natasha Lyonne. She's like a New Yorker who keeps dying and waking up on the same day. And then she's all freaked out because like, oh my God, I just died, but I woke up like the day before at some party she's at. And then she relives the sequence of events, and she tries not to die that first way, but then she ends up dying a second way and just goes over and over and over again. But it goes way deeper than that, and it's a really terrific. It's like one single season. It's like maybe 10 episodes, maybe 12. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic stuff. So I'm really excited that somebody who's bringing some really cool, fresh ideas now is going to be bringing those fresh, cool ideas to the Star Wars franchise. What is it about? I don't know. Nobody knows. This is what Deadline has to say about that. While the exact plot of this new Star Wars series is under wraps, the series is understood to be a female-driven action thriller with martial arts elements and set in an alternate timeline from the usual Star Wars universe. Disney declined comment on the project, of course, which was first reported by Variety. Time for an update. I love those. Hey, speaking of Unsolved Mysteries, listen, if y'all want to have a good time, every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, I go to the twitch.tv/Steve and Larson channel. I'll put the link in the description for Unsolved Mysteries watch parties. Me and the friendos get together and watch some Unsolved Mysteries, but you need to have Amazon Prime for that. Anyways, last week I talked about a video put out by former WWE Games writer Justin Leeper, who heard from what he called credible sources that WWE 2K21 was canceled. Turns out his sources were correct because during WWE's quarterly financial call, it was confirmed that there would be no WWE 2K21. But just today, 2K Games did say that this Monday, there'd be an announcement about the future of the WWE 2K franchise coming soon. This is exactly how the tweet goes. We will be sharing details on the future of the WWE 2K franchise, as well as some exciting news come Monday at 7 a.m. Pacific time. What is this news? What is this exciting news? You would think that the first part of this tweet will be sharing details on the future of the WWE 2K franchise. Confirmed. 2K21 is not happening. As well as some exciting news. Confirmed. Some other WWE game is happening that's going to be put out by 2K, but it's not going to be like the 2K20 whatever, the simulation aspect of things. What is it going to be? Is it going to be a Supercard thing? I don't care about that. I don't play Supercard. They're confusing to me. Is it going to be some sort of mobile GM mode specific game? Maybe. I don't know. Seems like you can do any number of cool things with that franchise. Final story of the day. Some of y'all may or may not know this. I love space. I love news that has to do with space. So whenever something cool comes along that has to do with the cosmos, it's going to be right here on this show. This week marks the 30th anniversary of the Hubble Space Telescope, and in celebration, this is great, they released a new, stunning image of not one, but two nebula teeming with stars. Take a look at this picture here. The description reads, in the Hubble portrait, the giant red nebula NGC 2014 and its smaller blue neighbor NGC 2020 are part of a vast star-forming region in the Large Magellanic Cloud, a satellite galaxy of the Milky Way, located 163,000 light-years away. The image is nicknamed the Cosmic Reef because NGC 2014 resembles part of a coral reef floating in a vast sea of stars. Some of the stars in NGC 2014 are monsters. I think they mean that metaphorically, not literally. The nebula's sparkling centerpiece is a grouping of bright, hefty stars, each 10 to 20 times more massive than our own sun. The seemingly isolated blue nebula at lower left, NGC 2020, has been created by a single mammoth star 200,000 times brighter than our sun. The blue gas was ejected by the star through a series of eruptive events, during which it lost part of its outer envelope of material. Sort of puts things in perspective, you know? Can't go to the movies, but at the same time, this is happening 163,000 light years away. It's crazy. The universe is crazy. We're fairly insignificant, but I love every single one of you, except for the assholes out there. I'm not a fan of the assholes. Anyways, that's it for Untitled Steve News. Maybe we'll get a title for this show next week. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, be sure to hit that like button, man. We got to get this thing up in the likes. And then if you want to support the channel somehow that isn't hitting the like button, you can go to mfshophere.com. And that's where you can buy my comics. Right here. I published these about a long time ago. 15 years ago. but I've got a bunch of them in my garage, and they're still in good condition. I illustrated both of them. Big Jeff from the the Four Lights podcast, he wrote this one here. I wrote this one here. But it's good stuff. It's a good deal. You get a little sketch with it and like a little sticker, Friendoville sticker. So check that out, mfshophere.com. Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. I definitely appreciate it. Hit that like button and be sure to sub to the channel. Hit that notify bell, click on all. Thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.